Good morning and welcome to e-learning classes of St. Michael's Academy, Bethlehem. Students, myself Dr. Jainendra, and we have the economics of class 11. We have the chapter 2nd of the microeconomics, that is the central problems of an economy. What are the central problems of the economy? Students, you already know that human wants or desires are unlimited, but the resources to satisfy the wants are limited or scarce. But resources can be put into the alternative uses, and all the needs or wants of the human being are not equally intensive. Due to the scarce resources and unlimited ones, the problem of choice arises. That is, the economic problem is the problem of choice or selection. That how can we rational utilize of the resources for the economic development. Here we have what is an economic problem. Now you have already understand that economic problem is problem of choice or the problem of economical use of scarce resources. That you know that economic problem is the problem of choice, because resources are scarce and wants are unlimited. Then it is the problem of choice arises, and this problem arises that how can we proper utilize the resources for our development. Here are the main points what causes the economic problem. First is the unlimited wants. You already know that human wants or desires are unlimited. There are many unlimited desires of the human being, and in relation to these desires, our resources are limited. Suppose in India there is a large population and we can't fulfill all the needs of our population by the given resources. We have unlimited wants, but the resources to satisfy our needs are limited or scarce. We have not so much resources that we can fulfill all the desires of our population, of our people, to the extended desire. We have not sufficient resources. But the feature or characteristic of the resources is that they can be put into the alternative uses. Resources can be put into the alternative uses. There are two features of the resources. Resources are scarce and resources can be put into the alternative uses. Suppose we have a piece of land, then we can utilize this piece of land for the production of the rice, wheat or other crops. In this way, we see that we can put our resources in the alternative uses. So we have to decide in which use we have to put our resource so that economical benefit and social welfare maximizes. In this way, we see that the problem of choice arises. In this way, we say that economic problem is the problem of choice. Our economic problem is that how to properly utilize our resources to get the social welfare, to maximize the social welfare, to maximize the satisfaction of the consumer and profit of the producer and the welfare of the society. Now we have the topic central problems of an economy. There are many economies which are some are rich, poor, developed or undeveloped. But there are some common problems in all types of economies, in every economy, whether these are poor or rich. These are the central problems of economy. There are three central problems of economy: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. First problem is that what to produce and in what amount or in what quantity. First problem is here what to produce. In every economy, there is a problem of what to produce and in what amount. Because you already know that resources are scarce and we can't produce all the things that we need. So, every economy has to decide what goods or services should be produced and in what amount should be these goods and services produced. Because we have to decide whether we have to produce capital goods or consumer goods, and in what amount we have to produce consumer goods and in what amount we have to produce capital goods. Every economy has to take decision according to their resources and their needs. Consumer goods are necessary to increase the standard of living of the people, and capital goods are also necessary for the increase in the capital formation, GDP, etc. So here every economy has to decide what goods and services should be produced and how much to be produced or in what amount should be produced. Now we have the next problem: what to produce, after it how to produce. How to produce. We have the next how to produce. How to produce. The problem of how to produce is related to the technique of production. That how to these goods and services should be produced. Whether a country or an economy should have to adopt labor intensive technique or capital intensive technique. How to produce, problem of how to produce is related to the problem of technique. Mainly there are two types of techniques of production. First, labor intensive technique, and second, capital intensive technique. Labor intensive technique is that technique in which more labor and less capital are required. On the other hand, in the capital intensive technique, more capital and less labor are required. A country choose these techniques according to their capacity. Suppose there is a poor country and it has a large number of population and working population. There it may be adopt labor intensive technique. On the other hand, the developed country generally adopt capital intensive technique. So countries have to decide according to their labor force, population and their income level, their capacity, what techniques should be adopted for the production of the goods and services, whether labor intensive technique or capital intensive technique. Now we have third problem: for whom to produce. For whom to produce. After the what to produce and how to produce, we have the third central problem, for whom to produce. For whom to produce, problem of for whom to produce is related to the problem of distribution. How the goods and services and resources should be distributed among the different sections of the society. In a country, there are mainly richer section and the poorer section of the society. If more goods and services are produced for the poorer section of society, it will lead to the social equality in the population. It will reduce the gap between the richer section and poorer section of the society. But on the other hand, by the producing goods and services for the poorer section, the income of the producers are low. So low GDP, low investment, low capital formation. So it is necessary to produce capital goods also. So a country decides for whom to produce, for the poorer section of the society or for the richer section of society or for the poor. In this way, we see that these three central problems, what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce, arises in every economy. So these are the central problems of an economy. But except of this central problem, there are some other problems. We can say add-on problems or specific to underdeveloped economies. These are the how to achieve fuller utilization of resources and how to achieve growth of resources. Generally, in the poorer section, in the poorer countries or underdeveloped or developing countries, the resources are not properly utilized, and due to it, these countries are backward. So, in the underdeveloped economies, there is the problem of the proper utilization of the resources so that economic development can be enhanced. In this way, we see that there are add-on problems, how to achieve fuller utilization of resources and how to achieve growth of resources, how resources should be increased in the economy, how much capital goods and other resources are produced in the economy which are further used in the production of the other goods or in the production process, how these goods are used. Now, we have the solution of these central problems in different economies. Now, we have the solution of the central problems in different economies. We will discuss about the solution of these central problems in different economies in the next video. Now, watch the next video. Thank you.